Hello everyone and welcome to another week of the BFR. In this one, we are all playing at level 1. All our baby Pokemon have fully evolved. Our fully evolved Pokemon have devolved. What's the other thing? Oh yes, and also if our Bard, which in my case is Crocalor, has Cute Charm and Charm, then you can bring any dragon you want to. So I have a Miraidon. Because they're at level 1, all the EVs are very weird. Like if you look at this Miraidon, I can't actually give it any more stats, even though I have 300 unused EVs. There was just the one special defense I could give it, which is very crazy. I will also pretty quickly just show off the matchup. But I think my opponent has already challenged. They have. Yeah, so they've got, this is a King Gambit, which devolved, this is a Dragon Ball that devolved, and there's actually, I think, someone else's team who has a Bishop and a Dracolac, where they've evolved it into King Gambit and Dragon Ball, so I'm happy to be on this side of it. But yeah, pretty sort of interesting team. Their Bard is Bishop, so Bishop with Charm and Cute Charm means that they can bring their own Miraidon. Let's take a look at the game. They brought their own Miraidon. On the plus side, no, on the downside, Iron Moth will likely be able to get its ability off. If it has it in special attack, that's very strong. Like, the percentage boosts of like 50% are so crazy at this level because most Pokemon only have 6, 7, or 8 in every stat. And in the case of my very slow Crocalor, which I have it at like negative speed, it hits 5. Basically every other stat, you've got 5 attack here, but basically every other stat is 6, 7, or 8. It's really hard to know what to run in some of these sets. You're supposed to have rocks, I think. I think lead-wise, I'm going to go with Orbeetle. It has Fist Plate Body Press, so that you can Body Press the Bishop. I should also good luck have fun my opponent. Yes, and one of our Pokemon can be Terra Fairy, and then if that Pokemon is Terra Fairy permanently. So they can do that with Bishop if they want. Look at that crazy 8 defense on Orbeetle. And it still needs the Fist Plate to pick up Bishop. For some reason they didn't bring Shroomish. I'm concerned that I died at this. I hadn't really thought about this particular part of the potential lead. I think I just have to webs up and not die. See? Just have to not die. It's that easy. I think I just have to go this and click Dragon Pulse. If it's a speed tie, I hope I win the speed tie. Hope they don't. I didn't realize I hit Frisk. So I've seen that they're Choice Scarf. So I can Volt Switch here. We know they're Cute Charm, which is helpful. I'm just going to go into my Fire type here, I think. Yeah. Frisk on the Orbeetle. Broken. Flipbug finally putting in the work it needed to. Even if it didn't get the chance to Body Press the Bishop. Yes, so when I say there's a Pokemon that can be Scarf, sorry, they can be Terra Fairy, the Miraidon can't be. It has to be one of your actual Pokemon. I'm gonna slow U-turn, but I think my speed died. I think I'll just Flamethrower this. Not the Energy Ball. Alright, this Miraidon is definitely faster than I am, but I'm not sure it KOs me. So I'm gonna go for the slow U-turn. Not the 15%. Well, I mean, if I locked into Dazzling Gleam, surely I can just go into Celesteela and set up, right? Because I can definitely Earthquake this. I can definitely Earthquake this. And that gives me a special attack boost, which is because it's the only stat I can set to 8. I can definitely Earthquake that still. And now my Z-Steel will definitely be able to hit anything. I actually... Yeah, no, I do win, because I can Z-Steel plus 2 hits of Steel Beam. Okay, I think that forfeit, you know, maybe slightly early, but yeah. GG. Like, I mean, they've only seen physical moves from me. But yes, I do think Steel are likely picked up with Steel Beam, with Z-Steel Beam into Steel Beam into Steel Beam, which, yeah, it would have died. So they did lose differential for that. But, you know, ultimately I can understand the feeling of, you know, game not necessarily going your way. Alright. Cheers. Very, very quick game there. Very, very, very quick game. Let me just, see if I can get the replay from my dear opponent. Love to see your pace. You would have gotten that extra differential if you stayed in, because Celesteela would die to Steel Beam recoil. Steel Beam's, is it 100 accuracy? Surely it is. Surely they don't have a move that makes you die. 95 accuracy. Plus a potential dodge. Yeah. So I think I played this reasonably well. The webs, I mean, I think this was a roll. Which just, yeah, in fact, it was guaranteed to be a roll. And then that sort of defined the whole format. Unfortunate part of this format, for sure. Would have been better if I was Sash, but this blade made sense in the context. They did have Sucker on Bishop, they just didn't go for it. I love the Max. I'm sure it was very, very important for the Scyther. Yeah. They had the double berry juice. Very strong. I think I had a berry juice. Yeah, berry juice on the Terrapagos, which is very crazy on Terrapagos, of course, because it heals back. Berry juice, it restores 20 HP when at half max health or less. Yeah, I mean, so they said they had 3 bad reads and lost the game for it. Let me just quickly run back through this. Presumably that's not what they're talking about. Was it this Bishop turn where they came in on Volt Switch? So they were coming in on a Dragon move, but like they went to Tapu Fini, which was a mid-ground over, the Bishop, which was a mid-ground over Tapu Fini. Obviously, if they were hard calling a Dragon move, they could have gone into Fini. They also could have sacked Laddie if that was something they were considering. And like, I wouldn't call this a bad read. This was a mid-ground. You made the play, which didn't risk your Miraidon and didn't risk your Tapu Fini. And also, like, obviously, staying into Click Electro Drift is only useful because, like, I could, you know, if I'm also Scarf, maybe I Volt Switch out first and then something else of mine gets Electro Drifted, you know? It's not like something which is inherently a good play in and of itself into my 4x resist. So between the Tapu Fini and the Bishop, that was a mid-ground, and I think it was a pretty reasonable mid-ground. And then not going for a Sucker here, I'm not sure if there was a specific thought behind that, but obviously that just would have been some amount of chip. They do go Energy Ball here. I guess covering Rotom. I feel like Sludge Wave is still just better. That said, I'm not going to die to Sludge Wave. And I'm not going to die to 2 Sludge Waves, because the next turn you didn't have your Quark Drive boost anymore. So I think it's difficult to say that that's a bad read, just on its face. I definitely think like that this was a pretty reasonable decision to make in the circumstances. Is this possible? They were specs? No, it wasn't, because they had the special attack boost as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what item they are on the Iron Moth. this Dazzling Gleam is covering my Miraidon coming in, which is, yeah, I mean, it's definitely too much, right? And then it's not like they really had a different choice here, right? Like, I click auto, they go into their check to Celesteela. You know, I think I was very successful in sort of constricting the amount of decisions that they could make. You know, I think Dazzling Gleam was probably too strong of a prediction, but like when my Pokemon all take dragon damage, you know, Celesteela is the one that takes the least dragon damage, and I think I'm relatively unlikely to go hard Celesteela against the Pokemon that I know is Scarf from that Friskdom one. So I think probably locking Dragon move was a little bit safer there. Dazzling Gleam was definitely like an over prediction, but I think the Bishop play. I think if one of the reads was the Bishop, I think that's a reasonable mid-ground. See, it didn't really make sense to stay in, and we didn't want to go in. Or it could just die. Maybe they should have been trying to get Feeny out earlier, potentially into the Celesteela, just because it's a Pokemon which is likely to take the Celesteela's hits better. But I did have the Z move there, and there's no button that lets me turn on the Z moves there apparently. But when I'm at neutral, I think the Feeny is in a better position to handle it. You know, if they're able to mitigate the value of my Celesteela, obviously that would be pretty impactful in terms of the swings of the game. Energy Ball and the Energy Ball and Dazzling felt a bit like over predictions, but most likely E-Ball over Sludge. Like, most likely Sludge into Crocalor wasn't significantly shifting the game. Still likely a warning play, but not like a huge misplay. I think Dazzling was too much. Just because I only really had the one Dragon check. Oh, did they even have Dragon move? Yeah. I think Dragon Pulse, I felt like Dragon Pulse was just better than Draco in the matchup because you could get to position while you were spamming it. Okay, Bishop was Eviolite. Sorry, it was Terra Fairy, is the important thing. Oh, I'm Terra Fairy. I could have Terra Fairyed my Crocalor. I don't remember. Oh no, it never fainted. But I could have Terra Fairyed it. I guess there wasn't really a position where it would have made sense to. Like, I wasn't going to do that against Miraidon. Only had the one Dragon Celesteela. But yeah, I mean, I think that went pretty good. Yeah, obviously pretty happy with a win after having messed up EVs last week to wind up losing to Slitherwing instead of Iron Moth as well. Having a game where there's really only so much you can do with EVs was pretty helpful. Yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Peace.